Hunger Games is a novel written by Suzanne Collins, which was later made into a movie. The Hunger Game is a tradition designed by the capital to prevent rebellions from the 12 districts against the capital. They do this every year by selecting a boy and a girl from each district and making them fight for their lives. In the book, a 16-year-old girl from District 12 named Katniss becomes a symbol of hope and freedom in the brutal and inhumane practice of the Hunger Games.
District 12, where Katniss was born and raised, is portrayed to be a very dark and impoverished town. People are suffering from lack of food and harsh labor. Above all, they do not have freedom and live under constant fear of the capital. District 12 is under strict surveillance by the capital in order to keep the residents in their designated place of residence. Most people of District 12 do not dare to dream about leaving their town or even visiting other areas. Everyone just knows that going to the capital would never be possible unless they get picked to be a tribute for the Hunger Game. This is exactly what is happening in North Korea. Article 13 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights stipulates that everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. However, most North Koreans do not enjoy such freedom. The North Korean regime strictly prohibits traveling to other regions in North Korea without a permission to pass. Also in North Korea, traveling abroad is almost impossible for non-Pyongyang residents. On a very rare occasion, a very few people who have relatives in China can go to China only after they get an invitation letter from their relatives. Even this process of getting permission from Pyongyang can take several months to years.
Maybe not.
In Hunger Games, the capital is considered to be a place where only the most powerful and privileged people can live. People who are not living in the capital simply know that they are not able to go to the capital no matter how much they hope to visit there, because the capital is meant to be enjoyed by the selected few. Do you think this is a story that happens only in a fictional novel or a movie? Actually, it's not. This is exactly what most North Koreans who do not live in Pyongyang take for granted. They consider Pyongyang to be a very special place where normal people like themselves are not fit to live or even to visit. This clear separation of Pyongyang and the other regions in North Korea goes back to the establishment of the regime.
And 11.
In the late 1940s, when Kim Il-sung established North Korea, his priority was to make a secure ground for the North Korean regime by eliminating political opposition. Those who might have a negative influence on the building of the Suryang system, which was designed to idolize the leader, were either executed or extradited to the countryside with their family members. Since then, the North Korean regime has strategically separated those who are loyal to the regime and those who are not, based on songun.
Hope.
Hope.
Hope. It is the only thing stronger than fear.
The Korean word songun means characteristics of personal background. The songun system, which resembles the South African apartheid classification system based on race, divides people into 51 categories, which are grouped into 3 broad castes: the core, wavering, and hostile classes. Among them, only the core class can be citizens of Pyongyang. This is a direct violation of Article 2 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which stipulates that everyone is entitled to rights outlined in it without distinction of race, social origin, or birth.
No. I mean, I'm sure I would, just like anybody else when the time came, but I just keep wishing I could think of a way to show them that they don't own me.
Thus, Hongwon system affects low-class North Koreans' lives,
Oh my God.
socially and politically,
Is this real?
by punishing them for the personal
Cost me a
background of
squirrel.
their ancestors they do not even know.
Happy Hunger Games.
Above all, the
Maybe
songun
odds be
system
ever
deeply
in your favor.
affects the survival of North Koreans because Pyongyang citizens are always on the top of the list
How many
for
times did
food
you read
ration distributed by the regime,
42.
while people outside of Pyongyang
Guess the
are
odds
starving
aren't
even
exactly
to the
in my
point
favor.
of death.
In the movie, just because of their social origin, people of District 12 became subject to suffering and scarcity of food, while the people of the capital enjoyed abundance of food and luxurious clothes. As Katniss looked at the capital for the first time in her life, she was shocked at the luxuriousness of the capital
Gotta keep this
that the
knife.
people of her poor
He
district
knows what he's doing.
could never imagine. The lives of the people in the capital are totally different from those of the people outside of the capital.
Just like the
One of us should go
capital
home.
and the 12 districts in Hunger
One
Games,
of us has to
North
die to have
Korea
the
has
verdict.
Pyongyang and other regions. It is
No.
time for us to think about the lives
Stay
of
down.
North Koreans who take it for granted to
I
live
see
without
that.
freedom and are left to starve
No,
because of
trust
the
me.
unjust system created by the regime.